Well, hello and welcome to the Clue Bird. I'm your host, R. Wayne Browne. Every day, you make decisions. Some are small, while some are significant. But whether you realize it or not, every decision reveals a priority. Not what you say matters, not what you wish mattered, but what you actually chose, because priorities aren't determined by words, they're determined by your actions. This is the Clue Bird, whispering sage advice for those willing to listen. One of the great challenges in life is not deciding what to do, it's deciding what not to do. Because opportunities never stop arriving at your doorstep. More commitments, more distractions, more requests, endless more and more obligations. And if you're not careful, you end up busy all day while making very little progress. And that's the trap, because many people confuse activity with achievement, but they're not the same. Being busy isn't the goal. Doing what matters is. One lesson aviators are taught very early and often is that priorities matter most when pressure increases. When everything is calm, almost anyone can make good decisions. But when things become complicated, or maybe even downright scary, priorities become critical. Pilots are taught something very early: aviate, navigate, and communicate, and in that order. First, maintain control of and fly the aircraft. Then determine where you're going. Then communicate. Why? Because under stress, people often focus on the wrong thing first. When priorities become confused, small problems often become much larger ones. The pilots who handle difficult situations best aren't necessarily the smartest. They're often the ones who remain focused on what matters most right now. No, not everything, just the next important thing. And life in general seems to work exactly the same way. Most people don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they're distracted, because modern life constantly competes for their attention. And attention follows priority, whether we realize it or not. I had a buddy who felt overwhelmed almost every day. His calendar was full. His schedule was packed. His phone never stopped buzzing. He complained all day long. And from the outside, he looked incredibly productive. But underneath, he felt exhausted. One day, out of pure frustration, he sat down and made a list of everything demanding his time, everything demanding his attention, and everything demanding his energy. The list was enormous. It looked like a telephone book. And then he privately asked himself a simple question: what actually matters most? Not what felt urgent, what truly mattered. And he decided it was family, health, and meaningful work. Therefore, everything else, he decided, was secondary to him. That realization changed things for him, but not overnight, but slowly, as he began removing things that were merely urgent to make room for things that were important. Something surprising happened. His stress decreased. His focus improved, and his life felt more intentional. And he quit complaining a lot. Not because he started doing more, no, because he finally started doing less. That's one of life's great paradoxes. Progress often comes not from adding something new, but from removing something unnecessary. Because every yes costs you something. Attention, energy, time, yes. And you know those personal resources of yours are limited. Which means every time you say yes to one thing, you're quietly saying no to something else. The question is, are you saying yes to the right things? So here's a simple exercise. Take a few minutes this week. Ask yourself, What are the 3 most important things in my life right now? Not 10. I didn't say 20. I said just 3. Then compare that list of 3 to where your time actually goes day by day. Because if those 2 things don't match, your priorities may need adjusting. And that's okay, as awareness is often where change begins. The most fulfilled people I know aren't the people doing everything, they're the people doing what matters consistently and deliberately. Without constantly chasing every distraction that appears, they understand something very powerful. You don't build a meaningful life by giving your attention to everything. No, you build it by protecting your attention to what matters most. So here's your clue. When everything becomes important, nothing remains important. Decide what matters, protect it, and let your actions reflect it. Because priorities shape decisions, and decisions shape lives. Your life is being built one choice at a time, one commitment at a time, and one priority at a time. Make sure you're building your life intentionally. Get out in front of it. Because a focused life is often a peaceful life. And peace comes from knowing that your time is being spent where it matters most. This is your clue bird, and the voice you're learning to trust might just be your own. Because once you've decided what actually matters to you, the next question becomes, how are you investing your precious time? I want to thank you for tuning in today, and I sincerely hope you got something out of our discussion. I know I did. Be sure to tune in next week, and hey, tell a friend and be sure to subscribe. Oh, hot tip before I go. Until our next visit, I want you to spend a moment to think about spend it like currency might mean to you. As always, I look forward to our next visit. Oh, and you might get your clue bird's eyes examined. I think he's a little overdue.